What's good, fam? Woo, we back in this thing, baby. I don't even know if I'm talking too loud because when you're in the hotel room, it kind of sounds like it's echoing all around. And then trying to be nice. I don't even know if I got roommates. I know I got a cool dude across the hall from me. I just talked to him. He told me he wasn't gonna snow too loud. I told him I wasn't gonna throw no parties. And when we get on these lives, it turned into a party. So I'm gonna try to keep it down, but your boy might get a little hype tonight because man, I'm feeling good, especially after that week we just had. Now I told y'all we was about to go ape. And we've been going ape. I'll let y'all put the asterisks and the hashes and all that after ape. You know what I'm talking about. Because we've been going there. Huh? We had a good week. I know we did. We grossed over 4,500. I ain't did the exact numbers. I started doing paperwork today, and it was just I had to stop because my mind was everywhere. Because not only paperwork, some of y'all might have already seen it. Some of y'all have been like, man, BG replying. I've been hitting replies. I've been trying to catch up on these comments. And I still don't think I made a dent. Y'all been talking before we even get to going because we finna have some fun tonight. Because I know y'all saw the title. We're going to have some fun tonight because I know some people been, I won't say disappointed, but I know I probably irked a couple of people in the comments. Because, we positive over here. But before I even get to that, let's holler at the fam. We got to holler at the fam. We're going to, I almost forgot again. We're going to put it up here. What's going on? Baggers in the building. What's going on? Yeah. I hope y'all got to that bag this week too. I know y'all should have because I seen some of them comments. I seen some of them posts y'all been posting. Y'all been out here getting it. I was trying to play catch up with y'all. Y'all got me inspired. I'm ready to leave 9. I don't even drop off till tomorrow. Grind T. I just saw you're coming back. I got to reply to it. I just saw it pop back up. So I got you. Let's get it. The Quicks is in the building. What it do, fam? What it doing? What's going on? Now, I don't mind mess this up. Is it Kayla? What's good, fam? What's good? You trying to go ape, man? I'm finna see if I can go ape again this week. Well, it won't start. It still starts off good because your boy. If I'm holding something over the weekend, it got to cap a couple of hundreds with it. I ain't holding no 300, 350 unless it's like I'm at home, but I'm not at home right now. I'll give you a heads up. It's supposed to drop off in Missouri. Yeah, Missouri. Y'all know from the real. But I'm in Oklahoma, Miami, Oklahoma, because it wasn't no hotels. We're going to cover that when I talk about the questions because the load drops off in the middle of nowhere. We're going to talk about that when I go through the most frequently asked questions and comments. I see you in the building. Man, that 2J Courier stay in the building. I was just talking to you, Silver Fox. What's going on? What's going on, fam? Nelson, I know you in the building. It's funny because all y'all in here and a bunch of y'all, I know y'all was like, oh my God, BG, you blowing my phone up because I'm just replying. Man, these reply fingers, I got the phone right here. Them reply fingers been going ham this afternoon between that, trying to do paperwork, doing laundry, all kinds of stuff. I know y'all probably like, man, this dude over here is talking because I'm playing catch up. We behind. Well, I'm behind. I had sat down and relaxing, but in order to go ape, you got to go full well-rounded ape, not just running the lows. I'm talking about even talking to y'all, catching up with the fam. But yeah, the reason what drove it to be, believe it or not, answering questions and comments wasn't the reason why the title of this live is answering the frequently most questions. What I noticed was while I was riding this week, we had a lot of new fam start popping up in the comments because while I'm driving, the phone will light up because I can see it. And it's like I can see part of the question as it comes up or the comment. And a couple of comments, not necessarily questions, I'm sitting there like, man, where are y'all getting this information from? Because it ain't over here. The information that they were saying, it couldn't have came from nobody in the fam. It didn't come from me, and I know it didn't come from y'all because they would have been wrong. So I was like, we're going to have to clear some of this up. We're going to have a frequently asked question and ask the comments, whatever. And I want y'all to chime in too, because I know y'all hear some of this stuff on y'all end. We're going to clear that up. So anybody that's new, joining the fam, rocking with the fam, when they get here and we put everybody's comments and all that stuff up and we discuss it, they'll know we not going crazy. And y'all think I'm playing? I was writing them down. Yep. This right here, I'm writing them down. Y'all should feel special because this is my little pad for paying bills. I pay bills with that. I got to keep my mind together. And I was like, no, this might as well be a bill today because I didn't like what I was hearing. So let's get started. It's like class is in session. Before I go, let me see, because I don't want to miss nobody before I get started, because y'all know your boy get lost squirrel. Where you headed to, fam? Grind TV say he heading to Oklahoma. Medford? Ooh, I'm out here with you. Man, don't let me run a grind, because hey, I'm gonna say this because we're gonna make this out here now. So if I'm tell you I'm in Miami, Oklahoma for the night, and you know me, I told y'all in the last video tips and tricks. I only got a couple of ways I can run. Tulsa's like 100 something miles. Oklahoma City's roughly 200 miles or so. Kansas City's roughly like 180. Like, it's different places I can go. I'm gonna see if y'all guess tonight which way y'all think I'm gonna go, but I might be passing through Oklahoma. Who knows? What's going on, Rich, in here? Okay, quick say they ready for the FAQ. Let's get it. When the quick say it's time to go, it's time to go. What? I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna stop it right there so I can see where it's at. Yep, I'm gonna mark it right there. That's why I'm picking up at with you, Rich. But let's get started. So the way I'm gonna phrase these is how I wrote it down so I can remember it. But it could be a question or a comment. But this one I wrote down expedited versus general, because a couple of lows I took, there were comments from people that was like, "Oh, them brakes was low. I wouldn't take that, or I wouldn't do that." And I was like, some people, based off of what I've seen in the past, are like, "Why did you take that? Or what made you take that load? Or what makes that load a good rate?" They're asking these type of questions. So in the past, when you thought of a cargo van, because people always know about big rigs, know about box trucks, but when they thought of cargo vans, they always thought expedited freight. We're expedited. Well, times have changed. There's not a lot, because think about it. This is when they said expedited freight for a cargo van, these was those times early on before you had like Amazon that deliver next day and next day delivery through the UPS and FedEx, and you know what I'm saying? Like, expedited. We needed to get there tomorrow. Don't have another way. Well, since the times have changed, everything that we do in these vans is not going to be expedited. It's not possible. Like, for one, it's a bunch of us out here. So you're not always going to get expedited freight. Plus, there's other ways to get stuff there, not just by us. It can be by plane. It can be by train, like all that different types of way. And then some businesses take the most cost-effective approach. So some of those loads you see me get, the vast majority of them are not expedited. Like, I can give you an example of an expedited. Remember when I picked up the load that went from Nebraska to Wyoming, and everybody was like, "BG, how you gonna get out of there?" That load went roughly right at 500 miles, but it paid 1,200 because they needed it there tomorrow. So it got expedited. I got that load. But for the most part, when I'm talking to y'all on different, when we do different loads and I'm giving tips and tricks, we're talking about negotiation tactics and all those different things. We're actually talking about, we're having to negotiate those rates, because to keep us moving, we're taking regular general freight where the shipper or the receiver, whichever one, they don't have a specific date it has to be there by. It can be there Monday through Tuesday, Wednesday. Some even say Monday through Friday, FCFS, which is first come, first serve. When you see that FCFS, whenever it gets there Monday through Friday, these are hours of operation. But that's when the negotiating skills come in, and they talk about low rates. So that's when I say negotiating and knowing how much your number is. I've mentioned that this week. I'm going to give you a couple of examples. So normally when you see it, because most of the loads you see, they're going to say partial. And the reason they say partial is because they're trying to put them on a box truck, a big rig, something like that. We only normally take 1 pallet, 2 pallet, 3 pallets. If you got the right sprinter, you can get 4. So when they're partialing those out, they're thinking they're going to throw it on there, and they might say 40 cents, 50 cents. For me, the ones that automatically start low, like 20, 30 cents, I normally don't waste my time calling them, because of the simple fact, to talk them from 30, 40 cents all the way up to $1, it's not going to be worth my time, because they won't want to go that high there. And some people just pull out fillers. I don't have time to play with those type of brokers. Now, when they start throwing them on there at 60, 70 cents, that's when you start giving negotiation tactics. That's when you start, which we've covered in one of the recent videos, of you want to give it to us because of this reason. We're going to get it there faster. We'll get it there the next day. You won't have to worry about your freight making 5 or 6 stops on a box truck or a big rig. We're going straight there because we want the money just like everybody else. We're going to get it there real fast, drop it off, and be done. These are the negotiation tactics. And remember, I told y'all before, if you got it while you're starting out doing it, if you're a little new to it, just practice smiling while you talk, because people can tell when you're happy or smiling through the phone. So keep that positive attitude. So that was one of the questions, our comments, expedited versus general. Yes, the rate's going to look different because everything we do is not expedited. A lot of it is general freight, and you're negotiating it because you see it pop up. And that's how your boy keeps it moving, because sometimes, and the second thing, I forgot about, I don't know why I didn't think about that. Some of those locations, when I'm picking and choosing which ones I'm going to take, as you learn the circle, you'll know where certain things are at. Like I just told you, the load that drops off, which you already know, is Nisho, Missouri. I know that's in the middle of some hot spots. Most box trucks, 18-wheelers, don't really want to go there because they're in the middle of nowhere. It's going to detour off their route. Then they got to worry about back roads. It's little things like that. And you use that in your negotiation tactics, because most box trucks and most 18-wheelers don't want those type of loads. So I'll take a lot of general freight over sitting around waiting for expedited freight. And then on top of that, a lot of the expedited freight, if you haven't noticed, they're normally in the local area. They're like pick up at airport and drive somewhere locally. It's very rare they pick up at like airports and go somewhere far. So a lot of our expedited freight is null and void for us. It happens. Don't get me wrong. But most of the time you're going to be taking general freight. So that's why I say get into the negotiation tactics. That's why I forgot what video it was where I kind of did a display of like me talking to a broker. Yeah, that was kind of fun. Trying to talk to myself about myself to book a load for myself. You get the picture. Let me see. Make sure ain't nobody said nothing while I was over there talking. It's funny you say that, Rich. Tucson pickup tomorrow morning. Looking for a double up to LA. It's funny because, believe it or not, the next one was double up loads. So that's crazy. See, Rich, you reading my mind. I told you that's why we fam. we think all the same. So the next one was double up loads. So apparently, because we get new fam, we had a new comment that wanted me to just like explain that, hey, make it known that double up loads are not a normal thing. And I was like, I know I've said it before, but I understand new fam comes and they haven't went back and watched the other videos like we all be preaching to them. Now, I appreciate some of y'all fam. Y'all went back and watched it and told me to catch up and give me some more videos. We working over here. We coming. But no, seriously, double up loads, that is not a normal, that's not a normal thing. Like, it's for two reasons. It goes back to what I just said about expedited in general. When you're talking to a broker and you're doing a negotiating and you're trying to show your skills, like I can get it there faster, this and that, then it turns into you have to stick to your word. You don't have to, but I'm that person. I'm gonna stick to the word. That if I say something out of my mouth, I'm trying my best to stick to it unless some circumstances come up that prevent me from doing that. So if I'm telling you I'm gonna get it, you give me the dollar or whatever that rate we come up to, and I'm gonna get it there first thing in the morning or whenever. It's hard to find those lows because you, for one, can't sit in that location and hope something's going that way. And then as you drive and you go throughout the day, it takes longer to get to certain locations that you're not going to be able to pick up a load because there's nothing in between, and the day gets away from you, and to pick up something going either in that area or around the general area. Most of the time when I get those double up loads, it's because it's en route, like pickup and drop off is en route, or you might get lucky and it goes to the same area within a certain radius. Or you might get one like started us last week, pick up Friday, one drop off Saturday, one drop off Monday. But I don't want people to think that that's a normal, because we're not box trucks, we're not 18-wheelers. Normally by the time we get a load, they're expecting us to get it there. So double up loads, they happen. They're great when they happen. It's amazing when it happens. But it's not a common thing. Don't kill yourself thinking like, oh my goodness, I gotta find a load to put, got more, because y'all seen your boy. It's been times I had little bitty cute bags, little box. Like one of the boxes I had last week. Couldn't find nothing to go with that box. Drove all the way to Oklahoma from West Virginia and couldn't get nothing to go with that box. But it happens. It happens. So that's just what it is. It's part of the game. You want the double up loads, like Rich said, you want them, but it always ain't gonna come through like that. Let me go back to make sure, because there's another one. I told you I'm gonna catch y'all. BG is Leonard. I'm currently in Houston 9, hoping to secure a load tomorrow. Hey man, Monday, hey, get up out of there. Don't just stay there because Houston gonna have some load. But remember what I told you: Dallas is number one, Houston number two. Just be ready because those lows in Houston, they go fast. I compare Houston to like Atlanta. Like it has those days where it just busts open and lows just come all over the place. Then it had days that are so slow. Only a handful of lows come out, which I was gonna talk about, which I'm still gonna kind of mention in the video for the load I'm on now. Like the load I got in Atlanta, yes, on Friday, Atlanta was moving slow. It was just like Houston was, and it was just one of them days, just a lot of nothing. Because once I leave a place, I still watch the area because I want to. It gives me what's the word I'm looking for? It gives me knowledge and information of how the area still does at certain parts of the day. So even though I picked that load up close to lunchtime, I still watched Atlanta throughout the end of the day so I can know what type of loads kept coming out of Atlanta, research purposes for me and for you, basically, because once I go back or when I get back that way, I know like, ooh, don't be around Atlanta this time or this time because they start closing out. You know what I'm saying? So I learned that kind of stuff. One of the other ones, next question, comment, make sure I'm not missing nobody. It's everybody's just in here because it's fam over here. Everybody just speaking to each other, saying what's up, catching up. That's all it is. Because you know your boy didn't get to go live last week. I ain't gonna lie, I was asleep. Okay. This is a good one. I'm glad you said that, Rich. With the doubles, be careful when working with carriers due to tracking. So I'm glad you said that because I missed that point. Thank you for bringing that up. So what Rich is talking about is when brokers are tracking you, especially, they kind of know you will go a certain direction. But for example, if you got a load that's supposed to be going east and all of a sudden you start heading west, and they put that in the they kind of put that on the Raycon too. Like they're gonna be tracking you, but they can deduct money from you. Some 100, some 200. I've seen people say 500 or the whole load if it's less than 500 if you don't get it there by a certain time and all that because they're tracking you. So whenever you finding that load going in the same direction, make sure it's going in that same direction. Like, I'll give you an example. Remember the two loads I picked up in Oklahoma? One went to Florida, one went to Clemson, South Carolina. They're both tracking me, but I was going east. It didn't matter how, but one dropped off Saturday, one dropped off on Monday, but I was traveling east. And from where I dropped off in Orlando to Clemson was less than a tank of gas. So it had to be less than 400 miles or so to get up there for me. So that's what Rich is talking about. Make sure when you're doubling up on the loads, make sure you don't double a load that's going in two different directions. For example, if I'm leaving in Houston and I got a load going to Jacksonville, I don't want to grab another load going to St. Louis. You see what I'm saying? So I'm glad you brought it up, Rich. Appreciate you for dropping that because I straight overlooked that one. Just family here talking. Let's see the quicks. Would you suggest multiple tactics for certain types of loads, brokers, and dispatchers? That's a good question. So the tips and tricks that I gave y'all was more so for people that are dealing with dispatchers and courier companies. But if I'm trying to use a tactic for certain types of loads, brokers, and dispatchers, one of the it's not really. I don't want y'all to overthink it because remember we talked about this before in one of the videos about overthinking. One of the main tactics that I always use is just positivity, and the biggest one is upfront and transparent. Because I will tell you in a minute, like when they be like, because I've been told this by brokers, hey, where you at? What you doing? I tell them the truth. Hey, I'm here, but I'll be there by this time. Like, say I'm an hour or two away. I'm an hour or two away. I'm gonna be there by this time, but I'm gonna get your load there by this time. I factor in all types of stuff, which I want y'all to start doing because that's part of the negotiation and all that. Just transparency, because believe it or not, I did not know this. Apparently, a lot of people out there lie just to get the load. I did not know that. But when you're dealing with the brokers, dealing with the dispatchers, dealing with anything, dealing with a load, I try to be as like, for example, that load I took to Jacksonville. I knew that I could have got that load based off of the time. I could have got it there like 9 in the morning, based off just travel time. But I knew that I had already took a load from Arkansas to Dallas. So I had already drove that morning. And then I got that load, which picked up at the convention center. So that threw me off by an hour or so because I had to wait for them to get it to me. Then Dallas traffic, hour and a half. I knew all this. So instead of telling them, hey, I can get there at 9, I flat out told them, It'll be there before 4 because the delivery hours from 9 to 4. I say I'll have it there before 4, no later than 3. So I give you an hour buffer. And they were like, cool, that's fine. I'll still give it to you. They still gave me the load because I was just upfront and transparent. So that's my biggest thing. Obviously it must be working. And the reason I say it must be working because the last week was weird. There are certain brokers, one being TQL, as soon as I called and gave the MC, before I could even finish the MC number, one young lady's like, oh, BG, they say, oh, Billy, this load isn't going to work for a Sprinter van. All right, thank you. I didn't even finish the MC number. I guess she remembered my voice. I don't have a clue. And maybe there's something in the notes. One broker I called and they was like, oh, yeah, we got you, but this load doesn't. And they flat out told me this load doesn't have to be there to this day. So we wouldn't even be able to use you, Billy, because I know you're going to get it there tomorrow and you want it for this rate. Remember, I told you the rate brokers, that's how I like to work. So they start remembering you when you use the tools that I'm using, hopefully, with the transparency and being positive, because apparently the world needs a lot more than that, and it's not out there. So that's one of the tactics I use. It's not really a tactic. It's just me being myself. So that's something I use. But again, I wasn't always like, when I say me being myself, if you're one of those people that be like, BG, I'm not just outgoing, happy, positive, like, don't take that as a bad thing, because I wasn't either. I remember I told you I used to be crash out. I used to be mad. I used to be angry about all types of things. It took a lot of prayer, a lot of going through stuff, mentors, family, wife, spouse, kids. Took a lot of developing. That's why my thing became developing, because I wanted to help people the same way I got help. So no, the tactic, when if you think you're not that person, you can work on yourself, and I will help you do that to become that person, because that's part of my tactic. Just being myself, being transparent, being positive. I just see the outlook of everything that's good. That's just, I don't know how to explain it better than that. Hopefully that came across right. They're messing with Rich, but I'm gonna let you know, because them Dodgers won the World Series. Rich, you're gonna be in traffic. Be safe, fam. Oh man, what's good, fam? What's good? And it's funny because it's Cuzzo now. This Cuzzo now. Like, y'all don't know. These are one-on-one talks. Y'all don't know. Y'all behind the scenes. Y'all be killing me. I told the Bronco my price. He say, damn. Hey, I've had that happen too, believe it or not. I believe it or not. When you negotiating, of course, part of negotiating, I don't know if I ever tell you, when you have a number in mind, always negotiate with the higher number. Start high and work your way down. Don't just hit them out the gate with your number. So if you're going somewhere and you know you want to run it for $1.10, don't start at $1.10. Hit them with $1.50. Hit them $1.40. Understand the market that you're in. So you can have the negotiating wiggle room, because best believe they starting with the bottom number. They're not giving you that top number out the gate. Where's I'm gonna keep going because y'all got me laughing. Best options: per mile or per load. Which is best? Heavy for short trip or lighter long distance? Y'all answer. I want to see what these answers before I jump in, because y'all probably already answered. We are always per mile unless it's very tight. It's a very tight local run. Then it's per load and weight. That's the correct answer. So the broken. I'm glad you said that. Let's tap into that. Matter of fact, nope, that doesn't have anything to do with one of the comments. So let me put it back up. So the reason the Quicks said what they said, because we're Sprinter vans. Like, I know box trucks and 18-wheelers do certain things with weight and load. Because of the simple fact of what they're carrying. Like, for example, a truck that's carrying 50, 60, 70, sometimes 80,000 pounds, that's going to suck up all that gas. It does it for us as well, but for the amount of loads that come our way, we most likely don't get to the point where we're maxing our loads. Even though I have seen lately, and I want y'all to be aware of this, glad that came up, some companies have started getting on to the Sprinter van, which I'm going to reference this in a minute. Getting on to the putting out Sprinter van loads, saying it's for a Sprinter van, and then the way to be like $37.50. Don't fall for that. They're trying to get the most out of paying you the least amount of money because they want the Sprinters to go. And I'll explain that after I answer Jay Suggs' question. So we're always per mile. I don't care if it's 10 pounds. I don't care if it's 1,000 pounds. You're going to give us the mile. We need the dollar plus a mile. I know people will say that number is crazy. I know people out there, but we're going off of market rates. I don't talk off of feelings. I go off of market rates. And you'll hear people say that, which is something that I was going to get in with the next topic, because most people will say $1 is enough because they're going off of the numbers they get from like a direct shipper or a direct supplier, however you want to put it, because they normally pay more. If you're doing the load board thing, you're playing the spot market, and the spot market goes off of certain metrics because of the region you're in. That's why when we say I'm not going down in Florida spot market has a low rate versus, and so does like a so does a California. Their rates are different versus the circle, which is why I harped on the circle. And you seen it, fam. We went all over the place. If you knew, if you knew and you haven't went back and watched it, I purposely ran all over the place within reason. I didn't go up to the top of the Northwest and the Northeast. I ran around all over the place within reason to get me back. I have a 24-hour radius. I need to be able to get home in 24 hours. That's why I only go so far. But when you're doing that spot market rate, it's certain things that you have to consider. Like there's some markets that don't even produce freight, like the Wyomings, the South Dakotas, the North Dakotas. They're not known for producing. They're known for the consuming. Stuff will go in, but not much comes out. So you have to take that in consideration. Like when you go to even out there to the Utahs, the Nevadas, like they don't have enough volume of stuff coming out to just keep running over there unless you already live in that area. Then you can most likely set up stuff with direct shippers, which will benefit you because then you can charge a higher rate because you'll be working directly with a shipper. But for the rest of us, that if you choose to use a load board, you're playing a spot market, and spot market rate is different than direct shipper rate. And so those things have to be taken into account. So as far as us in the Sprinter van, I know we got Fords, I know we got Rams and all that, but in the cargo world, when you're dealing freight, say Sprinter van, keep it simple. That's how they do it. They don't say I got a certain name brand of Freightliner for my truck. They just say dry van. So for us, it's Sprinter. So it's by the mile for us. That's all it is. So you have to know your rate. And I understand the spot market, but you can't demand certain rates if you go to a place that the spot market doesn't match your rate. For me, the dollar a mile, I can't go to California because of the gas prices. That means my CPM, my RPM, and all that goes out the window because I didn't factor in for the gas rates and all that for California. I can't just go down to the bottom of Florida because it does no good for me because that rates that they have for freight comes out of there is going to be roughly around 60, 50, 70 cents a mile. Could I make it work? Yes, I can make it work because the business we run in doesn't include COL, which is cost of living. If you have to use CPM, cost per mile, and COL, cost of living, for your business because you're self-employed, entrepreneurship, then you probably wouldn't be able to go to Florida either because those rates coming out of there wouldn't sustain you driving down there to cover both. So that's what you have to consider. So we stick to the mile, not by the load. The mile, know your number, understand your number. We just say $1 because that's the generic form for me, and it works. It kind of works across the board for multiple people, multiple entities, whether it be other owner operators. That dollar a mile plus works. There are some people that want more, but that's pretty much it. You want to go for the mile, not by the load. I hope that makes sense, Suggs. What's going on, man? I know you, Eric. I know you've been saying I've been replying to your comments like crazy today. But hey, everybody, Eric found us 2 months ago and he's been rocking with us. So Eric, welcome to the family. As you see through the comments, we all here to help, man. We're trying to grow, we're trying to build today. Regardless of what you see it or not, or believe it or not, FedEx driver, we appreciate you because you do a hard job. I don't see how you do it. I would be now rolling myself up. Maybe the young BG could do it, but the current BG, oh no, you got me beat. Let's see, fam. Here and there. Hey, if y'all are a dispatcher, we're experienced working with New Authority. Let fam know. Even still, if you know dispatchers, let's list the dispatchers that y'all might know, or work with, have worked with that are good. Let's list them. Courier companies too, because we got a new fam all the time. Matter of fact, I might start making that a thing. So day one fams, I apologize ahead of time. If every blue moon, I say, hey, let's list the courier companies that you know are good, or list the dispatchers you know is good. I'm sorry if I have to do that. I want to help fam. I know y'all want to too. So every now and then I might bring it up. So yeah, fam needs some help. Hey, if y'all know some good courier companies, some good dispatchers that's looking, especially a New Authority, let's put them names off in here so fam can write them down. Let's see. No mentoring yet. We do have plans for the future. We're gonna talk about that next at the beginning of next year. Yeah, it's already getting work. It's in the works. It's what I have already because I don't remember I just said about my word bond and all that. I don't put myself in a position where I can't come through on my word. And we already set up stuff this year from some fan want books, some fan want courses, just a bunch of stuff. And then we got some stuff planned for next year because we already discussed that meet and greets and all that. So we can all come together. So I got to get all that scheduled and off the table because if I help people, I want to be able to give my 100% undivided attention, not just part of it. Let me see. Y'all moving fast. Is there a certain region companies that has less detention layover? So that doesn't go off for the region. It goes mainly off of the broker. They all have their own things. Some will say they'll start giving you $50 after the first 3 hours. I've seen some say after 2 hours they'll start paying, and that price can range from $50. I've seen $25. I've seen $30. But it starts after a certain time for the detention. For layovers, kind of the layovers I've encountered, I've been able to name my own price. So I was able, because it wasn't necessarily on the broker or nothing like that. Like one time it was the airport. They said that the freight was there and I got there. The freight wasn't going to be there. They already gave me the rate con and all that. So the road is mine. So that means you either going to have to pay me a toll new, which for that particular company, the toll new, I think was $200 or $250, or they paid the layover fee, which after some negotiation, I got them to pay $175, which was less than the toll new. Because if it would have went the other way for the layover fee, they would have had to give me a $250 toll new and then rebook the load with somebody else. So it would have ended up costing them more money. So I got them to give me $175 for the layover, and that was in Dallas. And then because of the layover, because it was a Thursday, supposed to drop off Friday, because the layover, I had to stay for the $175, and he was going to have to get somebody else. He threw in an extra $100 and some dollars. I think it was like $125. So it made the load go up an extra $300 because then it became a Friday drop off Monday load. That was a blessed load. I don't know if y'all remember. That was like Dallas to Louisiana. Ended up having like an $800-900 load for like 400-500 miles. So yes, it all depends on the company, the broker that you're dealing with. Okay, let's see. Sometimes we're still talking. Okay, yeah, we're talking about the loads by the mile or the load. Sometimes I do it by dates and time. If I get more time, I can only double it, which more per mile. One big, one small, one load. One big, one small, load two in the rear and one in the side door. Yes, I've done that as well. So I know I would explain that a little bit. Remember what I was telling y'all about the time of day. So where this goes for doubling up loads, and if you get one particular load, like I'll give you an example. Use the last load I did that both came to Ohio. It was a double up load, but at the same time, it wasn't by mile. So I had already got the first load that I negotiated that gave me the dollar a mile. So you would think, hey, I want the next load to go for $1 or because of that particular load. But again, remember we talked about this in the beginning, expedited versus general. They wanted to put that load on something else. I already had the first load that went for $1. They wanted to put that load on a whole different vehicle. So I did some negotiation and I got them from like 40 cents up to 85 cents. And now I'm talking about we was going back and forth. It made me work for that 85 cents. But it was only like 111 miles difference from the drop-off points. And one was Saturday, one wanted for Friday. Well, it wasn't even, one wasn't, they weren't even expecting it to be there Monday. It was a first come, first serve for the following week. But I told them I can get it there for Monday. And so after some back and forth negotiation, they were able to give me the load. I got it for 85 cents. So that's what kind of Rich is talking about. Like depends on the time, day, small. So that one didn't go by mile. That went by load. And I'm going to teach y'all that one on a whole different level when we get to that. Oh, we got you, fam. That's what we all here for. That's what we all here for. We here to help each other. Yep, you're right. So like I was just saying, it's different rates and it's the rate con. You got to read the rate cons. So fam, you got a dispatcher here. When that authority hits 6 months, holler at Silver Fox. Holler at Silver Fox when that rate, when it hits 6 months. So anybody out here need a dispatcher, obviously I already went and looked at Silver Fox page and everything. So holler at Silver Fox if you need them. And a couple of the fam already work with Silver Fox. Just to let you know, Silver Fox, we got fam gonna be contacting you. Yeah, they're gonna be coming to see you soon, fam. See you soon. So let's pick back up on the next thing I was about to tell you about. The load boards versus direct shipper, because I get this question a lot. Do I only do loads off of load boards? And why I don't do direct shippers, just things like that. So for me, I only do the load boards. As most fam know, if you're new, I'll let you know, retired building this thing for the fam. For anybody that came behind me that wanted to do it, if they don't want to do it, then hey, we ain't got to do it. It's just all the things I've done in life, whether it's speaking and all that. My wife, being the great supportive partner she is, she knows my purpose. She knows my gifts. She knows all that. We all got gifts. Purpose. We ain't going down that line. And so I'm one of those people. I like to help people, and I have a background in development, business, professional, and personal development. And so I'm retired, and I was at the house, and it's just like, I'm bored. I'm gonna do something. So I started gig gapping. Kept me busy when I wanted to do it. Just got me out the house, basically. And so it was like, hey, take this to another level. You can do this. So I said, hey, forget it. We started doing it. Then it turned into it was her. She recorded the first video. You need to record it because this is another way you can help people with your skill sets and what you want to do in life and helping others. So I don't want to do direct shipper because I didn't get involved in this to just work every single day. I want to be able to work when I want to, and it doesn't have to feel like work. I mean, if it starts to feel like work to me, I can't do it. I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to work no more. So if something ever feels like a job, like doing this for me and helping y'all and giving y'all the information that y'all need, that I've learned, and letting y'all follow us on this journey, this is a blessing for me. Just being able to talk to y'all, this is a blessing. You'd told me 5 years ago I'd be sitting here doing this with y'all, I would be like, yeah, right. Me traveling around the United States, dropping off freight, but it's fun for me. I enjoy it. So I stick to the load boards because when I don't want to go, I don't want to go. If I want to go, I can go. So the load boards help me dictate which way I can go. And I have a little bit more control on which way I go. When you get to a direct shipper, you have to do certain things, whether it's every Thursday, every Tuesday, sometimes Monday through Friday. I'm not knocking nobody that does it. It's whatever works for you. And I believe direct shipper is a great fit for a lot of fam out there. That's why we talk about it. But if you notice in one of the lows we did this past week, I told you about direct brokers. That's what I like. So direct brokers are people that, as you've seen, they was like, hey, BG, this won't work for a Sprinter van. Or, we ain't going to be able to pay you this much because we don't want it there that fast. We wanted to get there, but they tell me this, and that's those direct brokers. So they call me when things are available, and I hit them up, or they hit me up. Sometimes I send out a message like to the group of them, like, hey, I'm in Atlanta, or hey, I'm in Ohio. You know what I'm saying? Let them know where I'm at. If something comes up across their board, they contact me because they know my work ethic. They know I'm gonna get it there. So I prefer direct brokers. But I use the load board mainly because I like to move and groove and shake and drive how I want to, be where I want to, go where I want to. You've seen your boy. One time the wife wanted to go to New Orleans, so I found a load. We went to New Orleans and just went down there, walked Bourbon Street, made a night of it, just date night in New Orleans. So I do that type of stuff. You know, we went to San Antonio, like she rolled with me. We went to Sulphur, Louisiana, just me and her, go out for a ride and have a day together, talking and making plans. So I like load boards because I can dictate where I want to go. I'm not a direct shipper type of person. I'm a direct broker type of person. So yeah, that's the difference between me and load boards. And I'm sitting here laughing because y'all are in here talking and going crazy. So basically everybody's speaking to each other. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, fam, you just gotta, if you see this after the fact, you just gotta be at the live when it's going on. Because now everybody's saying, well, what's going on, Ariana? I'm gonna put you up there. I'm putting you on bad. What's going on? Hey, did hubby make it to where he was going? Is he get there safe? You know, you got to tap in and let us know. You might think I don't be watching, but I be talking. I'm tracking. I'm keeping up. I just don't get to respond. Did hubby get to his destination safe and sound? Let us know. I'm putting you back up there. Is hubby safe? Did he make it safe? Because if y'all don't know, Ariana is out there. Her husband out there running around too. He part of the fam too. He out here getting it just like all the rest of it. Okay, that's so everybody keeps talking about the load different boards. Ariana says her husband uses truck stop with his new authority. He also has that, but has only ever done one from DAT. And I'm just saying that because I wanted to put that up there because, believe it or not, Ariana's husband moves around a lot. So truck stop works for him. That's what I told you. It's multiple load boards. I want y'all to look at them all. Don't just stick with me. I just only use DAT load board. But Ariana's husband's out there moving around. Let us know if he got made it home safe. Best believe I'm going to be waiting for that answer before we get off of this live. All right. Another one, because this question, we've talked about it before. We already got the he's safe and sound. He dead headed from Colorado. Hey, y'all be thinking I'm playing with. I'm not the only Forrest Gump out here. You can be doing all that driving, and you look up one day and you like, all right, I'm done. I'm going home. It ain't just me. He knew it was time to go home. I think they talking to you. Has luck with just so they asking Ariana if you how the husband doing with truck stop. So hey, I'm not finna ask you to go mess with him. I know he been on that road. He probably like, I don't want to talk about this stuff right now. Cause he been moving. I'm talking about y'all think I don't be out here moving by myself. He out there moving. So one of the next questions that kind of come up, because it's more of a question for me to ask everybody else, because I want people to understand their why. What's your why of doing this? What's your goal? Because a lot of the comments, that have come up, people already, and this is, I'm not telling nobody to change their decision, make a different decision. This is more along the lines of, why would you get in this industry? Understand why. Because I've talked to different individuals, whether they were truck drivers, whether they had other jobs, careers, and they're like, I want to get in the cargo van business. And after you talk to them a little bit, figuring out what they want to do, they already have good careers, but they want something different, which is nothing wrong with it. But you have to understand it, because remember I told y'all in the videos, you got to be a little crazy, a little insane to do some of the stuff we do out here. Think I'm playing? This just popped up when I say crazy and insane. I did hit it 21 hard hours from Greensburg to from Greensburg, PA. That don't sound crazy. That sounds crazy. I promise you, when you're out here getting the money, you hear 21 hours. You hear 21 hours. I hear roughly about $250 in gas. And you ask me, when you out there running and getting it, and you not made $4,000-5,000 in a week, and you like, I'm ready to go home. I need about a week off. You might be like, why would you do that? I'd rather spend the $250 and go home. Probably less than $250. Go home and relax and chill, because I've grossed over 5 bands. And if you say grossed over 5 bands, after you take out the gas and all that, your take home could be anywhere between $3,500 to $4,000. You made in 1 week what somebody made in a month. So it's not saying that they entice you to come over here, but some people don't understand what goes in behind it. Like, you just see the money, but it's more stuff to it. You got to have a passion for this. You kind of have to like doing it. You got to like the drive. We've talked about the mental stuff of being away from home, or them driving at night and everybody sleep. You ain't got nobody to talk to. One day we're going to set something up, because I'll be driving at night, and I know some of y'all be driving at night. We need to be like the big rigs, be on CBs and stuff. Hey, what's going on? We don't worry, I'm gonna figure something out. We're gonna have to have a chat or something. We could be talking at night when everybody sleep but us. But yeah, I think I'm gonna figure something out for that, but that's all another thing. But it's basically to help you understand your why. Don't just look at it and hear the money, because I think that gets everybody in a trap. They hear money, whether it's van or anything else related to business or jumping careers or anything. You hear money and you don't think about how that would affect you. Are you really built for that? Whatever it may be. We could talk about the cargo van, but what's your why? What's your goal? Like, are you doing it just for the money? Because in some instances that'll be good, but you're eventually gonna get that burnt out, and it's not gonna work for you. Like, some of them people be like, this doesn't work for me. That's because you didn't do the research, you didn't do the studying, you didn't ask questions, you didn't talk to anybody, you didn't get any background information. You just heard people go on YouTube or the TV and tell you numbers, and you jumped into something that you wasn't ready for. I don't want that to happen to you. But that was based off of questions that came up. That just came up. But let's see. I'm gonna make sure I ain't missing nothing. Okay. So Ariana, tell your husband I say what's up. If you don't know this, I'm gonna let you know right now. She lets us know when you moving, so I know where you be at. And if something never happened and I find out, I'm most likely gonna be close by. Anybody got any problems? You see, that's another thing. I might not respond right away, but I see stuff pop up. And be honest with you, fan, y'all see where I'm going. If something go up and you getting a little situation, holla at your boy. I might be right by if I'm by you. If I'm by you. Don't be all the way in Colorado and you saw my last note. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, and you say, "What's up?" No, I didn't mean like that. You get what I'm saying. But Ariana, best believe I'm coming up there. But yes, he absolutely loves Truck Stop. It filters more. I did not know that. I have Truck Stop on my phone, but I don't actually pay for the thing. I got it because Truck Stop is also one of the ways they can track you. Hey BG, I appreciate what you do. Been watching you for a couple weeks now, so I'm new to the fam. Just got my business started, and I'm rolling out of here for the first time this week. Everybody, congrats! We're gonna take a moment for you, fam. Congrats, man. That's what I look. You know what? You ain't the first one. We had somebody the other day just get their first load, and they was going up to, I think, Wisconsin. Leaving out of Houston, going to Wisconsin was the first load. Yeah, fam. I promise y'all, this stuff going behind the scenes. I'm gonna do better at trying to let y'all know. But we had a fam that just started going up to Wisconsin. Green, that's what's up. Proud of you, fam. We're proud of you. Do you guys do more partials for a sprinter, or are you in a box fan? That's a good question. Good question. That's for you, Eric. That was for you, Ariana. For you and your husband. Do y'all do more partials for a sprinter, or you have a box? Are you in a box truck or a van? Let's see. Oh yeah, you look. I saw you was in Cincy after I left. That's right. We gonna know everybody. We gonna come together, and I promise you, it sounds crazy. I'll be asking where y'all at, and I take mental notes because when we start doing get-togethers, I have a plan set out in place, and when it's laid out, because you'll be surprised how many people in the family, like some of y'all live in the same city, some of y'all live in the same state, like y'all are like next door neighbors and don't even know it. So when we start setting all this stuff in motion and trying to help everybody connect and bring together, y'all will find out who lives close by, because the whole point of this is us to work together. And if y'all are staying right next to each other, don't worry, that time will come. I'm gonna give y'all all the details when that time comes. Hey, see, there got it. We finally got it. Ariana and Andrew. What's up, Andrew? I knew he was gonna keep getting it. Let's see. Also, okay, so it's truckloads of sprinters that's on some truck stops. So yes, that's good to know. That's good to know. Look at all the. I'm finna put them up there because we sending all the love your way, Green. We sending it your love. The love is coming your way, Green. That fam, we love seeing people when they winning out here. That's the whole goal. We winning together, fam. Got to keep them wheels turning. I like it. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's what I'm talking about. This is what we do it for. That's what we all here to get. Success on the journey, man. As always, hey, as we keep going, man, we know you appreciate the love, fam. We know you do. We're gonna work this thing out together. Let's see. I do it because I like driving and being away from people. I'm laughing, but I don't want you to take I'm laughing because I'm in agreement with you. So if anybody knows me, all those years in the military, having troops, when you get to the senior leader position, one of them, y'all that's retired military, and nobody, when you get to those positions where you're in those senior leadership positions, when it goes from taking care of 50 troops to 20 troops to when you just dealing with thousands at a time. I still love people and I still love to help people. But one of the reasons a van works for me, because I'm the only one in the passenger seat. I ain't got no troops around. Now, granted, I got fam, y'all fam, but it ain't no troops around. Like it's when them troops, when I say troops, they can range from age 18 up to 45, 50. Like it's just all ages. So yeah, you're not by yourself, fam. So you are not by yourself. So I like it ain't necessarily being away from people. It's just me and the van. Me and old Chip. Magnolia is here. Yeah, we definitely gonna handle up grind time. I know exactly where you stay at. But yeah, we only got two more. I can get these in. Somebody was talking about the business win, and this actually came up. I remember it like it was just a minute ago, probably because I was answering it today. It was on the video that was talking about the different types of cargo vans. And the person was basically saying that the business that we are in, it doesn't make money and it's bad credit move, like investment move. And I was like, okay, if that's what you feel. And I asked them, I was like, is this from experience or what? Because most of the people I talk to or most of the people I see make comments, whether it be on other people's pages over here with us, I'm like, are you saying that because of experience or what? And the gentleman, I'm assuming it was a gentleman based off the name. He was like, it's because of truth. And I was like, hey, I'm not mad at you. Because when he made that comment, somebody made a comment under them saying that they were thinking about the business, but they said they weren't leaning that way because the 80 cents is the average market rate and all this. And I'm like, are you obviously you're not in the business because you said you're thinking about getting the business, but it throws me off because if this business, let's look big scale because I like people to try to think on a larger picture. Talking to like if I talk to 10 people, that isn't a very valid representation of what the entire scope of the thing is, because it's more than 10 vans in a 20-mile radius of me. That has nothing to do with nobody else. So I asked them that, and most of the people that make those comments, they're not even in the business. The reason we talk so much about the different negotiation tactics and what kind of rates we see and all the different things we do, where it's getting two loads on 2 for 1 and different baby bags and suitcases. The reason we have all these conversations is so it's the transparency to so money and what this business can make. Because now we're talking money, and we just being 100 now. We're talking money. And this business, if done right, is very lucrative because especially with a cargo van, it's low overhead. Now, I know as you get bigger and bigger with the vehicles like box truck, 18-wheelers and all that, it's more the maintenance and the upkeep. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same as up to us in this van. But if you do it right, it's very, very lucrative. Like, depending on how you want to run, because you can stay local, which I've showed. This is more so in the circle. In the circle. If you stay local, you can pull in about $1,500 to $2,000 a week. And I'm just giving you, I'm not talking about the people that's with dedicated shippers and all that. I'm talking about load board again. With the load board, staying local, you can pull in about $1,500, $2,000. Going over the road, you can get to that $2,500 to $3,000. And if you're really, really pushing it, you can get to that $3,500 to $4,000. It's very lucrative depending on how you push it. And once you know what you're doing. We're not finna make it look like this is what happens out the gate day one. If you remember when your boy started, them first 7-8 months, they was rough because I was learning stuff. That's why I was driving all over the place and I was figuring stuff out. And I learned certain things not to do, some things to get better at, and some stuff to make it a repetition and add it to my toolbox to keep doing it again because that actually worked. And that's how we developed the triangles, the circles, and all the different places like that, and those tips and tricks because of trial and error. I don't believe in losses. I believe in lessons. And it taught me something that I was able to share to y'all. And as you continue to implement certain strategies that you have, and some of the things I might have, because I've already implemented strategies that y'all have taught me about, over time, if you start putting enough of them together, it can make a lucrative business for you to start for yourself and expand how you want to, which we'll talk about expansion on another video. So when you see those comments and hear people say something, check and validate their credibility. That's why when somebody asked them, forgot what video, is the number in the top, like, what does it mean? And it was like, hey, it's tracking the progress, because I'm all about transparency and receipts. I might crack the jokes, which y'all already know the ongoing joke about counting pockets. We ain't got to discuss that, but that was one of the questions somebody told us statements. If you don't want about knowing about your money, you shouldn't put it up there on the screen. And I'm like, fam, you're new. You weren't even around there in the lives and the videos when that became a joke. But that was when we was talking about people that was scamming and all that about counting pockets. You don't know the joke because you weren't there. So I'm not worried about them. I'm telling y'all that because you need to verify who the people are, the sources that are telling y'all stuff. It might not be good money for some people, but obviously y'all see the running numbers. It's working over here, and I know it's working for y'all because I hear y'all telling me about y'all numbers when y'all be like, hey, my first 40K, 4,000 a week, we went over 5. Like, y'all telling me. So yeah, I'm not worried about that. Let's see. I got one more. But I want to make sure I don't miss nobody because I get to talking. Everybody coming over there. I ain't mad at you. I am not mad at you. Everybody coming to see you, fam. Everybody coming to see you soon. So you might as well get ready. That's the whole point of this. I love it. Where did I go? I don't want to. It's funny because they messing with Eric when he said about being around people. And it was like, sadly, Nelson said, sadly, I managed to find a knucklehead or two while you're out there. Yep, you're going to always run into them. You always going to run into them. So here we go. I just said all that. And Grind T, you say, I do that with Fox Carriers alone, local. That's what I'm saying. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, don't let people tell you about the rates and all that stuff because they... and they just be wrong. And here go Rich talking about I went to a seminar for my virtual fleet, and he said to be 75 cents. Rum broker told me the freight is actually more, but it's more MCs after COVID. I'm trying to tell you, man, like don't let them. I think over here we did. I remember one was in was it Orlando? It was somewhere, and it went to Dallas. This was when I was first starting out. I picked up on a Saturday that dropped off on a Monday. That was when I went to my fam house for the son graduation. I picked up on a Saturday, dropped off on a Monday. And it was learning. I got that load, and it was 85 cents out of Florida, which I didn't know at the time, but 85 cents out of Florida was pretty good. Then we had the time coming out of Reno when Chip decided to take a vacation in Las Vegas. He needed to go get a spa day or something. So we were supposed to pick up a double in there that was going to Jacksonville, going to Florida area. That one was going to Jacksonville. And we weren't able to get there in time because we didn't know what was going on with Chip till we got him in the shop. So I got stuck with a load because I did it backwards. I picked up the second load before I picked up the first load. The first load should be your main load, which is the dollar plus. I picked up the second load, which was like 60 some cents, which was supposed to I was supposed to pick up the dollar some load in Vegas, but that's when Chip went down. So learning curve. So I ended up still having to deliver that load. And one time out of all, I had that load till Wednesday. It didn't have to be there till Wednesday. It wasn't a Friday drop off Monday, because that's what I'm telling you. I book loads that be for other vehicles. I had till Wednesday to get it there. And that was the one time I couldn't find a single thing going to Florida. You know your boy, stay away from Florida. You mean I couldn't find a load on Monday going to Florida, Tuesday going to Florida, and I just had to go ahead and take that down there for the 60-some cents. Learning curve. Not mad at it, though, because it happens. Everybody finna be hitting you up, Eric. But yeah, I'm going to get to this last one, and then we're going to be done. Let's see. Because we just talked about loads. Somebody was talking about when they look at the load board, all they see is the loads are labeled as partials, and they're for the cheap. Remember, guys, and fam, I want y'all to understand. When that load board and all that stuff was originally made and created, it didn't have us in mind. We weren't in mind. And so it just says partial and full. Every now and then you'll see the full, and you'll know the full ones because there's certain brokers like Traffic, they just put van and full because all they deal with is vans. But every now and then you'll see the ones that say Sprinter and full on DAT. But for the most part, everything says partial. Majority of them says partial. And that's that negotiating things that I talk about, and that say the cheap. It's just me. It's just my thing. If it start off too cheap, I know it's only so much negotiating you can do. You can't negotiate somebody from a quarter and make them give you another 75 cents. That's just, it could be possible, but I'm not even wasting my time or energy working on it. It has to hit a certain threshold for me, which is around that 60, 70 cents a mile. I believe I can get you up that other 30, 40 cents. So it's going to look, those partials is going to say partials. They're going to look cheap. But it's the way you come in and you negotiate and sell yourself. I know, I don't know who it is. I wish somebody would tell me, because it's a few of you that went and ordered the book, the Gift Seeker book. And I know it because I can see that it was ordered. It just doesn't tell me who ordered it. And so I know it's a few of y'all that ordered it, but that's something that I said in the book, something when I'm telling you about selling yourself. Like when I was there, one of my favorite foods is Mexican food. So when they go to a Mexican restaurant and the food comes out, and you know, when you hear that tray that's sizzling, like I can go in there every single time and be like, I want something different. I'm gonna try enchilada. I'm gonna try a burrito. I'm gonna try something. But as soon as I hear it, I smell it, I can see it. That waitress walk by and it's just the tray just be sizzling, and you can see the smoke coming off of it. And every time I go in that restaurant, I know I'm just finna try something different. But as soon as I hear them fajita sizzling, yeah, I'll take the fajitas, the combination. Yeah, shrimp, chicken, and steak. I'll take the combo. It gets me every time. That sizzle. So when you see those. And that the fajitas they don't have to negotiate with me. They sold themselves because I heard the sizzle. And so when you see partials, you see all that. I keep telling you about negotiating, and we're going to talk about it one day. I don't know how I'm going to do that because that's kind of like a one-on-one thing. You need to learn how to sell your sizzle. When it gets to the point that people hear you they see you. Sort of like when you hear that song that my wife made, that amazing soundtrack. When you hear it, even if you in another room, from now on, if that thing coming, you in another room, BG rolling somewhere. My wife is selling the sizzle, not selling it, but you get what I'm saying. That sizzle is tied to me. When you hear that beat in that song, that's selling your sizzle. And so when you're getting those lows and they say partial, and I've taught you how, I've showed you examples of negotiating. Now I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to show you how to sell the sizzle, which is yourself. Some of you already got it. Some you need help with. I needed help with it. Somebody help show me. So I'm going to figure out how to show you that in a video, because it's normally done one-on-one, but I'm going to figure it out for y'all, because that's how y'all see I keep moving. I know how to, I've done the work. I've done the work. I know how to sell myself. And so it's about selling yourself through the art of negotiation, but at the same time, you need to know how to sell yourself. So we're going to work on that so that we can get those partial loads to become full load number-wise, your number, because they might say partial, but they're going to say full by the time you get paid. And I want y'all to be able to do that. Yeah. Yeah. But now let me go through and make sure I ain't missed no more questions, because y'all already been rocking with me. And I know some of y'all got things to do, like watching the game and get ready for tomorrow. Let's see. I'm with you, Rich. When it's email, I got a copy and paste template. I told y'all about that. Yes, it's more MCs after COVID due to the spike in demand for product that wasn't moving, but most are inactive now because the market demand diminished. They were selling you. Like, I agree with you. Like, I talk to certain brokers. One, I'm trying this negotiation stuff with, because they got a bunch of work. And if I can get in there, I'm definitely going to try and bring y'all with me. I'll let y'all know if that happens. For Sprinter vans, for DAT Sprinter van with G-Trax, can this be loaded onto a Sprinter? What is the cargo? Oh, so Rich, I'm going to leave that up for a second. Rich is giving y'all an example of what he puts in his email for Sprinter back for DAT. He sends an email through DAT. Sprinter van with E-Trax. Hello, can this load be loaded onto a Sprinter? What is the cargo dimensions, width, and height? That's what he says. That's part of the email. Everybody has something. You got to have something. Hope y'all got that. Partial means it's okay to pick up partial means it's okay to pick something else up. That is correct. Ariana and Andrew. I don't know which one of y'all said it, but that is true. When it says full, they normally want it to be dedicated, which they and if it's going dedicated, make sure if the word dedicated comes up, more money. Partial, you can put other stuff on there with it, but if they say dedicated, more money. Partial, you can add stuff on there with it. Quicks, guilty, we got it. And Miss G book too. I should have known y'all was one of the ones that got the book. I knew it was one of y'all. Them Quicks, they be on it. They be on it. One day you're gonna have to sit down and tell us what you think of it, because I've heard different ones, but I'm curious to hear your opinion. Hear what you and Mr. and Mrs. Quick got to say. That's what I'm talking about. They tried it, but I stood on business. You kill me, Rich. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, I know day one fans. I know everybody that's in the chat and all that know what's going on. But if you're a new fan, Rich talking about that video we just did about standing on business. You can be positive and still stand on business. Let's see. Is it better to have your own DOT or work under a company? It all depends on what you want to do. That can go so many different ways, because there are some fam, they just want to work under a courier company. They don't want to deal with paperwork. They don't want to deal with nothing. They enjoy driving. They want to do their own thing, whatever. Then there's some people like me that I don't want to work under a company because, again, I already told you that we're not finna go down that road, but I just like doing my own thing when I get ready to do my own thing. How can you book two loads at the same time? It's once you get the first load, if it's like Ariana and Andrew just said, if it's partial, you got room and it can fit, put it on there. If it doesn't say dedicated and you going in that direction, long as the loads are going in the same direction. One can't go to Jacksonville and the other one go to St. Louis. They got to be going the same direction, because you be getting tracked. Once you got the first load, now it's harder to do, if I believe I'm not mistaken, but I've been told it's harder to do it if you work for a courier company. But if you're doing it yourself, there's no constraints on you. Like, I'm already loaded. I'm going that direction. I see another one pop up and it's going that direction. I'm gonna call on that one too, because they'll tell you, if one pallet, I got room for 2 more. Throw it in there, and I go pick it up. Only thing I do is depending on which one offloads first. I like ask the forklift driver, hey, can you switch that around for me? Can you take that one off and then put that one on so we can slide that in there? And I make sure I put it in the video like that so that you can see, like, oh, why are you putting it back on? To show you that driver took that one off, put his or theirs in, and then brought another one on, put the one I originally had on, because that's the one that's coming off first. So it's up to you. Hot Shot is very similar to Dedicated. More money. That's what I'm talking about. More money, more money, more money. Y'all know that movie. I probably told my age on that More Money movie, didn't I? Oh, well, we want more money. And speaking of more money, I ain't going to hold y'all up, because, we got a quick start tomorrow. And I already told y'all, the drop-off is in Nisho, Missouri. I don't know where I'm going after that, because I don't know which way I feel like going. It's going to happen. When I wake up in the morning, I'll figure that out. But I already know some of y'all got y'all Friday drop-off Monday load, because y'all already on the Friday drop-off Monday load. Yeah. Oh. Before I go, it's always better to be your own brand. But to get your feet wet, you can run under someone else until you know the ropes. That's the best way to put it. I'm not even going to touch that. That's the best way to put it. We're going to help you sell your sizzle, fam. But yeah, we're going to shut it down after that one. I'm glad to quick. That's how you bring us out quick. Andrew, I'm not going to let you go out like that, because Andrew said, I try to stick to dedicated loads that go far. And if you can get a good RPM with my CPM, I can dead hell at home, no problem if I need to. I'm the same way. That's why y'all see when y'all be like, BG, you dead at home? Me and Andrew the same. We made our money, fam. We can go home. Speaking of home, if you're all at home like Andrew, relax. Enjoy time with the missus or the mister, depending on who you are. But Andrew, enjoy time with the fam. I appreciate you for chiming in. We appreciate your expertise and your advice as well. But everybody else, I appreciate y'all as well. We dropped some good nuggets tonight. I'm glad everybody was able to link up with new carrier company and all that. Got a new dispatcher in the fam. So yeah, keep growing, fam. We growing over here, and we're going to keep bringing it together. But I want y'all to get some rest, because I know y'all got some loads to do tomorrow, even if it's just picking up on Monday, or if it's Friday drop off Monday, or in Andrew's case, you got 100 to-do list, probably a mile long, so you need to get you some sleep. And trust me, I know, because when I get home, I probably got one too, so don't be alarmed, Andrew. You're not by yourself. But yeah, fam, that's it for us, fam. We're going to get up out of here. You know, we just don't leave any kind of way. You know what time it is. Close them eyes and bow them heads. Dear Lord, we all had a very successful week, and we know that it was only through you and by you that we were able to accomplish the things that we did. We ask that you watch over us and continue to bless us with the week that we coming up, that not only can we reproduce the greatness that you provided and bestowed upon us, but that you can make it multiply. We ask that you continue to watch over our family, friends, and loved ones that are at home while we're out here, not just doing work to be a better provider for our family, but to make opportunities, not just for ourselves, but them as well. We ask you to keep them safe and keep us safe until we all can come back and be together once again. We ask these and many more blessings in your darling son, Jesus' name. Amen. And just like that, fam, it's time to get busy, because I'm not through going ape. But I can't go ape if I don't get no sleep. So I want y'all to get some rest. I'm going to get some rest. I'll make sure we ain't got nobody in here. We got everybody saying good night. Yep. Appreciate everybody. Yeah, y'all be safe. Have a good night. And I would say to the next live, but we got a video to finish up tomorrow. So y'all be safe, get some rest, go get them bags. And until the next video, y'all stay blessed.